Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be getting ourselves some ore doubling started with thermal expansion. Hopefully you guys are ready. Alright guys, so welcome back to Horizons. We are going to be jumping right on in from where I left off, kind of, just a little bit. I've done a little bit of mining, so I mined all the way down to Y level 12, got all of that stuff done, and we are looking really good. So, I created a little bit of farm. I have a little bitty farm here, just a little simple thing going on with some sugarcane going through there. Nothing really advanced, just kind of getting some of the basics out of the way. Actually got myself a bed, had to find some sheep. There's not very many sheep around here. So I had to go pretty far off. I think in this direction is where I went. And yeah, just had some bad luck with sheep. But I did find that enchantment table last episode along with the anvil, so we have that out of the way. I also mined up a bit of resources. So as you can see, we got a bit of iron, a bit of lead and stuff. I think that's going to be enough stuff to kind of get us started with thermal expansion, just so we can start getting some power and duplicating things and getting some nice ore production out of this. And I also grabbed some obsidian, so possibly we could go to the nether today, but I really don't think so because I don't have the tools really that I want to be able to go into the nether. I'll really need to get some armor and stuff. But I did find some dark gems for EvilCraft. So getting into EvilCraft is not going to be too difficult at the beginning. It just looks like there's a lot of stuff that's required with EvilCraft that is late game items, such as a pretty decent supply of ender pearls, and also being, at least going to the nether for this stuff. So I did find that. I did see that there is the destabilized redstone that when you break these blocks, it drops this stuff. And you also get destabilized redstone that actually drops as well. So if you want easy buckets of destabilized redstone, that would be a good way to do that, is just mine the stuff underworld. But I don't really have a building set up yet. I plan on doing that. I do have a lot of stuff going on, so building kind of takes a little bit of time off camera, but I'll be doing some of that probably next episode, getting some of that stuff done. I just wanted to get a video out today. It's also Halloween for you guys, so nothing really spooky here, but yeah, there's not really much. I did see mobs though. We'll probably see some mobs. They have their heads on wrong. They have the wrong mob head, which is kind of funny. I've never noticed that. I don't think I've ever played on Halloween, to be honest. But let's get some thermal expansions done. We are going to need a basic steam dynamo, I think, to get started. A steam dynamo is going to be one of the easier things to make. I think I have redstone. I have 4 redstone. Is that going to be enough to even get started? So yes, it looks like it will, to make one of these dynamos. And I'll be able to make a furnace. So I'll probably have to go mining for some redstone. Not too bad. It's literally straight down. I'll just need to go a little bit deeper to be able to find some redstone. This pick has been doing really good, this emerald pick that I have. And this emerald sword is actually pretty decent as well. I did notice, if you hit R, this opens a new tab. So you can save this tab as your home slot. So if I want to switch back, I just switch it to that. So that'd be really nice for building, I think. So I have my chest kind of organized a little bit. Let's go ahead and make the steam dynamo. I think we need silver. What else are we going to need for this guy? We need iron, copper, and silver. Okay, so we have some silver. So I'll do, I guess, 1 silver. We need 3 iron, and we need 2 copper. Correct? Or actually, no, we need a bunch more copper. That's going to be a pain. But we should be able to get all of this cooked up. And I'm going to do a little bit more mining, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I know I'm going to need some sand, but I was looking and seeing if there was any way for me to make one of these new shovels. So I'm going to try and see what I can get out of this gem. So this is a gem. It says mining level 9, but if I go to use it, I can't actually make it. So I'm trying to figure out, is this an actual upgrade? Because I was needing to look in the Silent Gems book. And it kind of talks a little bit about it, getting started, and then mod progression. So if we scroll all the way over here, there's some different kind of picks. There's a sapphire ruby pick that they talk about. This talks about different swords and different tiers. But I can't seem to get the things right here. So this is where the tool crafting gets interesting. Mine a few types of gems. Now lay out the recipe for your tools using gems, but replace one of the gems with a different type. Okay, that's where I'm kind of wondering. Because if I try to make a shovel out of this gem, it doesn't work. Now, is there other gems that will work? So like onyx, for example. Will this work? No. Okay, so I'm probably not doing the crafting right, is what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that I'm doing something wrong, because if I search the onyx, there is a shovel, but it does show that there is no stats or anything for these materials. So, I don't know. So like this. Tool rod. And, yeah. I get nothing. So, yeah, I don't really know exactly how that's supposed to work for now. I guess I'll use a regular iron shovel until I figure it out. Because we do need to mine some sand. So we're going to find a little bit of sand. There's like sand all over the place in these little ponds. So I'm going to take as much as I possibly can. There's some more over here. I might actually take up that... I think I got a haste potion out of one of those chests, so I might take that up. But yeah, I'm just going to take some of the sand, and we're going to smelt this down, and we're going to try and get ourselves a pulverizer so we can duplicate ores by the end of today's episode. So that is the main plan for today. The rest is just kind of following along, and hopefully you guys can keep up. I do try to make these videos about 30 minutes long. It all depends. Sometimes they can be shorter, sometimes they can be longer. But I think this is going to be enough sand to get us through today's episode. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our steam dynamo. Or try to make our steam dynamo anyways. So here's our steam dynamo. Pretty simple. Requires some copper gears. I should be able to make 2 copper gears. And that's going to be like the basis of this whole setup. We are going to need some redstone. So I'll take my lovely redstone and make myself a silver redstone transmission coil. Lovely. Okay, so back to the steam dynamo. Everything else should pretty much fall in place. We have our copper gears. We just need the rest of our iron. So there we go. And we should be able to make that steam dynamo. Okay. So with that steam dynamo, we're going to need to place it somewhere in our world. And this is an okay position, but it's not facing the right direction. And I do believe that there is the wrench. And that's going to require tin and iron. So I think I have 1 piece of tin laying around here somewhere that we can cook up. And the iron, I'll be able to get here shortly. So I'll be crafting up some more iron. Yeah, real quick. Because we're going to need a bit of it. So there's our tin. And this crafting table is kind of buggy, but it's better than nothing, I have to say. So 1 piece of tin. And we need 1 more piece of iron, and we should be good to go. Now, this thing is going to require water. So luckily for us, we can make an infinite water source right near it for now, until we get an aqueous accumulator. The aqueous accumulator will help us in this endeavor. For now, I'm just going to make the 4x4 because sometimes I mess up and I will break the infinite water, just like I think I just did over here. Yeah. Oops. So we can just fill this guy up until he is completely filled with water for now. I think it holds 4 buckets. Yeah, 4 full buckets. And then we can put some coal in there. I do have some coal on me. And we're going to use this coal to get some power started. Bam. Look at that. So we're already generating quite a bit of RF. We can look at our stats over here. We're generating 40 RF per tick at the moment. And it's currently not outputting anything. It says it's outputting, but it's outputting into our buffer. But there's no power going anywhere. We need to make a pulverizer to get power to go to it. That is something that we're going to do. But I would like to actually get a wrench. And let's go ahead and make ourselves the wrench. Bam. There's our crescent hammer. It is a wrench. I don't know why they say hammer. But we can turn this away, guys, so that it's facing any direction that we want it to. This part is the power output part, and we should be good to go from there. Okay. So getting the pulverizer. This guy. Pulverizer. So we're going to need a piston. So some basic Minecraft stuff. We're going to need a piston. And if you guys don't know how a piston's made, play vanilla Minecraft. That's all I can say, because this is some really simple stuff here. Okay, so bam, bam, get this all down. Piston, really easy. Just some simple stuff to get done. Now flint. There is a mechanic that is supposed to be in here that will allow us to place flint and break it. I don't know, but we need to place a bit of this and break a few of it. There we go. And we got ourselves some flint. This guy, let's just break and replace. I broke it with a shovel. Oh well. Alright, so now that that's done, we have our pieces of flint. That's like one of the main parts of this. We need 2 more copper gear, and this time we're going to need some gold. So 1 piece of gold. We're going to need a reception coil that's made out of gold. Redstone reception coil. Alright, and 2 more copper gears, which we have just enough copper for. Bam. So now anytime we get copper, we'll be able to duplicate it, so I'm not too concerned about our copper anymore. Now, here's where we need a tin gear. So we are going to need some tin. I'm trying to use as little... as the least amount of ore possible, because I just want to minimize the amount of mining that I have to do. And the best way of doing that is by making that pulverizer, like right away. Am I getting seeds? I was going to say, I don't see seeds popping in my inventory, but I guess they are. Perfect. And I'm surprised our carrots haven't grown any. 71%? It seems like this should not grow as fast, but I guess it is. Okay, it's already starting to get dark, so I'm going to sleep, and hopefully all their ore will be ready to go, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so we are looking at a new day, and we should be able to make this pulverizer now. No problem whatsoever. Okay. Bam, let's get our machine frame. Boom. Machine frame done. And the Holy Grail, the pulverizer. Okay, so this guy is going to be outputting 40. This guy's only going to be using 20 RF per tick, so should have no problem whatsoever tearing down and duplicating our ores. Now it is going to be pretty slow because our augmentations over here, we guess don't have any. So we have no augmentations that I can see, but I think it does have automatic configuration and stuff like that, so the augments would be something that you would need to upgrade your machine for, which you can get into later. But as you can see from 1 ore, we now get 2 pulverized lead. And that makes our life a lot easier because now we get 2 lead from that. So any of these ores, like our copper and such that we are going to need later on, we can now duplicate. How cool is that? Also, we should be able to automatically input and output from here. So we can make this process even easier by using regular old hoppers, if we wanted to. They do have other means of doing so, but honestly, hoppers sometimes are the best way to go. You just place a hopper on top of here, and bam, you should be good to go. Alright, so I definitely needed to find some clay, because to be able to move further and get ourselves a redstone furnace, which will cook things a little bit faster than our basic vanilla furnace, we're going to need bricks. And that would require some good old-fashioned clay, which we have not actually acquired any yet. And just so happens there is a nice deposit of clay right by our base. So, doesn't get any easier than that. I think a major thing that I need to work on is learning how to use our new mod that pretty much is a replacement to Tinker's. I need to learn how to use let's see, the mod that has all the gems. This mod. I don't know why I can't remember it. Silent gems. Yeah. Once I learn how to use some silent gems, about to drown. Once I start learning how to use some silent gems, things should start becoming a lot easier. I really need to go over that book and just make sure I know how to use everything, and hopefully it helps me get started. Hopefully that book has some pretty good documentation. I tried to watch, I guess, the developer of the mod, try to talk through how the mod actually works, but I think it was an out-of-date version. I don't quite know. Pretty much went over the higher tier stuff, so the getting started he kind of skipped over a little bit. But making the pick is okay, but I don't understand how to make the shovel. And I know there's some upgrades to it, so some of the stuff is just basic. But I don't know. I don't know right away. So we got our clay. Our clay, we need to fire some of that clay. And that's what we're going to do here. I'm also working on my iron production. And we also need to make some leadstone flux ducts. Flux ducts. So to make those, we just need a piece of glass, 2 lead, and redstone. That's, is about as straightforward as it gets. And we should be able to have some of that stuff. So 1 piece of glass, and bam, we can make all of this. 2 pieces of lead, and redstone flux duct. Just like that. Here's where it gets fun. We're going to go ahead and turn this guy the opposite direction. Like that, backwards. And we're going to hook up the cabling to it. Now, we're going to have another machine right here that is going to be a redstone furnace that we're working on. And we already almost have everything required to make that. Bam, we have our 1 brick. We can actually go ahead and get finished making everything else. So we need another reception coil. So bam, another reception coil, easy to go. And copper. Now, I think I had copper being ground up. And I don't know where I put it. Did I put it on me? I'm probably looking right at it. My copper ore. Where did I put that copper ore? There it is. I thought I had some. Now I'm going to need a few more of these. 2 to be exact. 2 more copper gears. And everything else we should have. We're waiting on some more iron. And we're waiting on this. Okay. So our bricks are done. We can actually go ahead and get all this out. We don't need the clay anymore. And now let's go ahead and make our machine frame. 10 gears. Couple of tin. And we're just about ready to go. Okay. So while we wait, let's take a look at the silent gem stuff. So we did make this pick. Now it says like to make a pick like this with a ruby sapphire pick. We can try it. I think I have rubies and sapphires. So I have ruby and sapphire. So 2 rubies and a sapphire will give us a special pick according to this. But it doesn't. Maybe it's this workbench. Let's try a regular vanilla crafting table and see if that is not our issue. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be. It is not liking that crafting table for some reason. So let's try this. Now we get it. Okay, so yeah, there's an issue with this workbench from Cyclic. That's how I figured out how to pronounce it. Or Cyclic? Cyclic. I think it's Cyclic. Cyclic. Okay. So we should be able to make that shovel. Right? With the better mining speed with this right here. Correct? Yeah. We can make that now. Okay, so it has pretty good durability. Its harvest level is diamond. And it's got a pretty good speed on it. Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's better than our iron. Yeah. Okay, so I'd prefer to do this. So yeah, it does not work in this workbench. So I'll be sure to let them know It's probably already a known issue, but I'll definitely be sure to let the FTB team know that that is a problem. Okay, so back to what we were doing. We were just waiting for the 410, and I think we're good to go. All right, so redstone furnace. We're just waiting for that. 4 pieces of glass, and we can bust this guy out. Bam. Look at this. So simple, and we've already got almost full automation on our origin done. We will have that done real shortly. Okay, so you need 1 piece of redstone is all I'm missing. And I think that that is it. Bam. Okay, so redstone furnace complete. Okay, I think I want to separate these guys for now. Just kind of have them offset a little bit. And we're going to try and make item ducts, if I can. I want to stick with like its mod entirely. So an item duct uses tin and hardened glass steel. Okay, so we can't do that. So let's just actually work with hoppers. I think hoppers will be the best way to do this. And since that is the issue, I should be able to break this. There we go. Place that back down and make sure it's right up next to it. And we're going to set this to have a hopper on the top. We're already running out of daylight here, but that's okay. That's okay. That's completely fine. We're going to take this. Oh, I need my shovel. Give me my shovel back. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get us a tree down so that way we can get ourselves a chest here. Thank you. Perfect. And we'll get ourselves a chest. 2 will be fine because we're actually going to need an output chest. Let's go ahead and make 2 hoppers. 2 vanilla hoppers. 1 is going to be our input. And this one is actually going to output from the bottom into a chest. Which I'm going to need to actually get more wood for. Okay, so we should have just about everything ready to go. Looks like I'm just a little bit hungry. But I went ahead and slept, and we should be good to go. Okay, so chest here. That'll be our full output chest. And we'll make sure to get that placed there. And then we just place our dirt back. And it's okay. Perfect. It's not that bad looking at all. And we can place a chest on top of here. Just to give ourselves more room if we do go mining quite a bit. But this is going to be early automation. The only problem we're having is we do get this extra material, and we can't really do much with that extra material quite yet. We actually need an augment to be able to move this stuff. So the only other option I think I can do is to make another hopper. And I think I have another chest. I can just use this chest for now, since I am low on wood. I really need to go harvest a lot of wood. But we can just use that chest wherever... Oh, it went inside here. And I think we can output to the bottom of this and actually output that into... Make this a double chest or something. But right now I'm just going to output it to a hopper itself. Actually, I'll output it into this hopper so it goes into this chest. That's what we'll do. Okay, and I have enough iron. Good. To make another hopper. Perfect. Okay. And we'll set this hopper to go into that hopper so it'll end up in this chest all after everything's said and done. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that our bottom slot is set here. And make sure this is set to auto input and auto output enabled. And this is set to auto input and auto output enabled. It should be that this side right here is going to be our output. So that's what is configured right here. Make sure that's set to the red. Make sure this side is set to the blue. Just like that. So that's auto input. And make sure the bottom is set to the orange. So it'll end up being sucked out with a hopper. And then we'll make sure the yellow is set to the bottom, which it is. So we should be good to go. And the top is actually already set to blue. So we should all be good to go. And we can actually close all these to make it look not so weird, I guess. And make sure all the blocks look good. So yeah, and we can keep filling this with water whenever it starts getting low. It really doesn't use that much water, so whenever you start to notice you don't have any power, you should be able to fix that. But this guy is pretty much automated. If we take all of this stuff here, and we set that there, it's going to start going through and pulverizing everything. This section right here will actually drop into the bottom and end up inside this chest, and thus we can just pick it up and put it into our furnace. How nice. I think there's even a way to automatically have this stuff split. So this is an orange slot. I think this might split it. If not, it's going to go here into the bottom. But I think the orange actually splits this section. And if there is something here, it'll process that before it moves on to the next piece of ore here. So I think this is looking pretty good. We have some automation done. I'll go ahead and move the bed because that's kind of in the way. I'll actually place that somewhere else. Bam. And hopefully I'll be able to have a building up by next episode. So, if you guys enjoyed this series and have already enjoyed the first and now second episode, please click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I enjoyed all the likes and all the views and all the comments that you guys gave on the first video. That made me want to continue the series. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. If you haven't subscribed already, I highly recommend doing so. Also, there's a link down below in the description. If you want to join my Discord, you can do that. Also, I have a link to a Patreon if you guys would like to check that out. Your support is always welcome. And as always, thanks for watching.
Let's go!